Well, it only took a few minutes after the attempt on Donald Trump's life for the first conspiracy theories about the shooting to appear on social media. But there's an organization working to set the record straight and separate fact from fiction. Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay spoke to the person behind Moonshot and has the story.
So many questions surrounding the assassination attempt on the former president, and without answers to those questions, some folks are turning to conspiracy theories. The FBI is still investigating this attack, but I spoke with an expert about how dangerous and even deadly pushing some of those conspiracy theories can be. The mysterious motive behind the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump in Pennsylvania is still unclear, but it didn't take long for rumors to circulate. Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, posting to X, formerly known as Twitter, Saturday, saying the central premise of the Biden campaign is that President Donald Trump is an authoritarian fascist who must be stopped at all costs. That rhetoric led directly to President Trump's attempted assassination.
In the immediate aftermath of this particular attack, we saw an immediate increase in conspiracy theories related to the event itself.
The organization Moonshot uses advertisements like this on social platforms to engage with people online that are radicalizing and openly considering violence.
We're in a context right now where the acceptance of political violence has become normalized.
Georgia Congressman Mike Collins tweeting moments after the shooting, Joe Biden sent the orders. A top political advisor to Democratic billionaire Reid Hoffman apologized and condemned the attack after Dimitri Melhorn floated a conspiracy theory via email that the assassination attempt could have been staged by Trump. That memo first reported by Semaphore. In 2020, Moonshot saw a 15% increase in mentions of suicide from QAnon followers that alienated themselves from loved ones after their belief in QAnon prophecies were proven false and never came to fruition. Now, Moonshot reporting an 800% increase in calls for civil war within 24 hours after the assassination attempt.
In addition to that, what we're seeing is broad-based conspiracy theories, either attempting to paint the attack as being staged or as a false flag. It's never too late to stop this kind of violence. We just need to get there first.
And if you have friends or family who you think are consuming this type of rhetoric, Moonshot recommends approach them without judgment, adding debating facts is often unlikely to change their minds. In Glendale, Sophie Flay, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.